Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the exercise one. This is part two of the activity. And in part one, we had just finished up adding the symbols. And then I didn't show you in the video, but after adding the symbols, if you go on to 8, 9, 10, 11, you're going to add an outline and you're going to add a fill, which is very similar to the symbols. And as you continue through, you should eventually get here to number 14 and have your map look like this. All right. And again, the instructions are pretty straightforward. As I went through, again, and I did that and scroll in and out to try to make it look approximately right, but you can see here now I have this filled in just like they do here. Okay. The rest of this particular activity or exercise, you're going to go through and learn some other very powerful features. You can configure these little windows that pop up. And that's very useful because, again, the idea behind these maps is, yes, you're making them, but ideally, a lot of times you want to share them with others. So with ArcGIS, you can control even things like the pop-up windows, what is distributed. So again, a lot of this second part of this activity has to do with showing or changing what this little window would say. So you're going to go through all of that, and then you're going to get down here to this area where it says save a map. Okay. And it is very important to be able to save your maps. Some of these first activities, if you can do them all in one stretch, it's useful because then you've got continuity. But sometimes things come up, or as the exercises get more involved, you might need to save the map and then come back to it. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. And also I want to show you how to save the map and then how you're going to share it with me for right now so that I can actually look at it and grade it. Okay, so if you scroll down, you're going to see that it has the instructions for saving the map. So if I'm here, I can click right here on this save. I can do save or save as. I recommend the first time, since we're using, remember we start off with someone else's map, I recommend you use the save as, and then it'll pop all of this up. And I recommend you can kind of leave this first part here, but maybe if nothing else, put your last name here at the beginning. The tags, again, have to do with if you're searching or trying to find. Here's the summary. You can leave that for now. And then this is where it's going to save. Right now, I only have my main ArcGIS folder. We haven't made any other folders. So you can save map. Now, you've saved the map, and it should say up here the name, but where did that actually go? And how do you get to it? And so on and so forth. Well, when you go to your home page, right, or when you first sign into ArcGIS Online, when you're here, you can go up here and remember there's all these different menu options, but if you go to content, that is where you will find your different maps. And so here's the one right here that I just saved. So let's say you're working on something and you have to pause. So you save, then you've logged back in the ArcGIS, you've clicked on content, and you're here. You can click on that map and you'll see it opens up what we call a detail page. Now this detail page is very, very important. This overview page is very important. If you want to just open the map and go back to work on it, you can click open map and boom, we're back. Now, something to make sure, it mentions it in the book and everything, but I want to reiterate, it is a good idea to get in a habit of periodically saving. Okay, there is a little bit of a backup feature with ArcGIS Online, but realistically, it's not quite as unforgiving as, say, Google. So it's a good idea to save. Also, something I highly recommend, when, especially as you start doing more involved maps, whenever you are doing things and you're starting into something new, sometimes it's good to save your map as like a second copy, just so you have that old copy, you know, you got to one point, so it's always easy to go back to that point or jumping off place if you need. All right, so again, that's the basics of saving. Now, right now, all that you're doing when you save it like that is you are saving it to your content. Okay. One of the things that I ask you to do is to share your map with me. Okay. And so I kind of want to go over that now as well, how you're going to share your map. Now, for some things we do, you could just take a screenshot, for instance, of all of this, because I can see the layers over here. Excuse me, I can see this. However, remember you altered the pop-up window as well, and I want to be able to check that to see, you know, when you're clicking on these things, if you'll notice I have not altered my pop-up window here yet. When you go through those instructions, that should look different. So in this case, what we're going to need to do is you're going to need to share this map with me. Okay, so there are a couple of ways that you can do that, and I'm just going to go over a basic one for right now. You'll see up here at the top, it says share. So this, when you click on it, right now, we don't have groups. In the future, I may have you create a group so we can share things between. But for now, you'll notice down here, it says link to this map, and there's a link. Okay. Now, if you are not seeing this link to this map, if it's not letting you get that link, okay, then what that means is way back up here in the instructions. Let me see where that is. It means you didn't do this. Okay. So if you go to share and you're not seeing the web link, go back into your settings and make sure you have clicked allow anonymous access to your organization's website. Because if you don't do that, it won't let you share appropriately. And in fact, sometimes people will get a link and it's not right. So please note, if that happens, I will email you back and say, hey, you need to make sure that you open this up. But again, to go over that, you can share and get that link to this map. The other place that you can also find sharing options is if you're here in your content and you open up that map and you're here, you're going to see there's a share here, but also down here, see where it says details? There's a little share link and it'll bring up that short URL. So you can share it that way as well. So you would take that and actually turn in, for this particular exercise, you could turn in that link to the assignment. All right, I think that's it for the activity. Again, hopefully by the time you are done with this activity, you'll have your ArcGIS set up. And if you get done with this early and you want to get a little bit ahead, you can go to chapter 2 if you need to, and get going with how to start your ArcGIS if you're having some issues with that. All right. Take care. and have a good week.